Let me talk to you. Let me buy you a drink. I'm Ryan Gosling. You're Mr. Steve. I'm trying to help you fix your manhood. Let me buy you a drink.
I'm Jonah Bobo.
That's pretty much the plot of this movie.
I'm the non-binary babysitter. Ooh, I'm gonna take you home with me. I don't know why that song's in my head right now.
It's probably because that fucking Super Bowl act.
Yeah.
Is that an Usher track?
I don't know.
It could be. You could tell me it is, and I'd believe you.
Buy you a drink. Yeah, who sings that song?
T-Pain.
Oh, yeah. He says in the song, I'm T-Pain.
I'm T-Pain, you know me. That's why, I just started doing that.
No, Usher says
He goes,
that in the
I'm
song.
Usher.
Yeah.
Usher says, I'm T-Pain.
Yeah, he's wearing like the glasses and dreadlocks.
Yeah, and he has to make the syllable while we're Usher.
I'm Usher.
Just the most awkward verse.
That was the first version of The Masked Singer, was they would have singers come on disguised as other singers.
That'd be funny.
That would be pretty funny.
That'd be really funny if they like put Big Sean in whiteface and dyed his hair blonde, and he was out there. You better lose yourself. Yeah. Like, who's under that whiteface?
Who's under that face?
All the other features of his face look the same, look just like Big Sean, but he's white.
But he looks like Eminem,
Yeah.
so we don't know.
It just reminds me of like Chappelle Show Whiteface.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
The best.
Yes.
Yeah. He was the king.
Oh yeah, the best to ever do it.
Better than the Wayans brothers?
I think so.
I don't know. I liked how it was like lower effort.
Yeah.
Like the Wayans brothers did like prosthetics and
Yeah.
shit. He would just like throw
He wouldn't even
flour
like.
on his face. Put the shittiest like dollar store wig on. And then,
What about that? What was that Vine? I think that I'm Tom Cruise.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's also
that's-
basically.
that's a pretty good white face.
That's a Chappelle style white
Yeah,
face.
it's just, he's just grimacing with the sunglasses on.
Who from the movie Crazy Stupid Love do you guys would think would do the best blackface? No, I'm just kidding. Hey, we're talking Crazy Stupid Love. It's a crazy movie, love movie, down to February movie,
Down to February, baby. Rom-com time.
rom-com, Uary, Penn Badgeuary, but he's not
in
movie.
this one. We
He
had to
could've been in this
substitute him out for.
Well,
who's his
movie
replacement?
the last movie was Emma Stone, and this movie is also Emma Stone.
That's
so
true. Okay, so
she's
yeah,
the
we're
bridge
back to
between
back
the two
in.
movies.
Yeah, Emma Bridge.
Yeah, you guys are more up on the big names and faces of rom-coms from previous episodes. I am not. I hear you guys talk about this Glock fellow who just
Glock. This Glock fellow.
This Glock fellow. who
Will Glock
cashed
22.
in, yeah.
That'd be his rap name, is Glock.
Will Glock 22.
Will Glock.
But
we're
yeah.
talking Crazy Stupid Love.
Which is not a Glock movie.
No, it's two guys.
Yes.
They're not gay. I looked into it.
Okay, I was going to ask.
Yeah.
You knew that would be my first question, so thank you for looking into it. I appreciate you doing your due diligence,
That's the
Joe.
due diligence of
That's a good podcast co-host, is knowing that would be the first thing I would
knowing
ask
that
you.
your co-host would want to know if the directors of a film are gay.
Yeah.
The Wachowskis gay, but not for each other.
Yeah. Well, they're just queer.
Yeah,
they're on the
trans.
spectrum.
Yeah, somewhere in the letters.
They're on the
I don't think they're on the
LGBTQ
spectrum
plus
anymore.
spectrum.
But yeah, did these guys do anything else or?
Yeah, they've done a bunch of stuff.
Rom-com stuff.
Rom-com stuff, TV shows. I looked into their filmography yesterday, but I don't remember anything. Like, stuff stood out, but not to the point where I was like, oh, that I remember that right now.
This was a good one. I liked it.
Yeah,
I thought it was
is.
really funny.
I
liked it too.
One of my favorite movies. Since I was a kid, watch it every once in a while because it's a good heartwarming movie.
It is.
Was it
yeah.
your guys' first time?
Yeah.
Yes, both of our first times. We watched it together.
Nice.
I said that I liked it because it's a rare rom-com that has like good morals to it.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of rom-coms, like, they're kind of about one of the people just being really like shitty.
Yeah.
Like, and you're supposed to like them because they're the protagonists. Like, I thought of like Moonstruck, like the big famous one. I'm like, the moral of that story is like, it's good to cheat on your spouse because it'll make your life better. Like, that movie is about like, it's cool to cheat actually. Yeah. And then we named another one.
A rom-com with really shitty morals.
You talking about 500 Days of Summer and how Zoe did.
Oh yeah,
was just a terrible person in that.
Go watch our last episode.
Yeah.
She's not that awful of a person.
More so, Joseph Gordon-Levitt is a dum-dum, big dummy
Yeah.
dum-dum.
Okay.
He's a cuck boy. He's a softy who lets bitches get his.
Similarly to Steve Carell in this movie.
Yeah, well, yeah,
He's a
he
cuck.
gets cucked.
Yeah, he gets
by Kevin
cucked by
Bacon.
Kevin Bacon, the Baconator.
Which, I mean, if someone's gonna cuck your wife,
Yeah.
Kevin
Bacon's
Bacon,
good
he's a
option.
good-looking guy.
That would be funny if, like, in the plot of the movie, it's like he is just Kevin Bacon.
yeah,
Like,
he's
not.
gets his wife fucked by Kevin Bacon.
Yeah, just like David Lindhagen, played by Kevin Bacon.
Kevin Bacon, played by David Lindhagen.
They
It's
find a
random-
guy named David Lindhagen to play Kevin Bacon.
We didn't have the budget for him. You look kind of like him.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have to have you fill
We
in
named
for
the
him.
character after you.
His name should have been David Big Hagen.
Oh boy.
Big Hog.
Yeah.
He was piping all over.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. So,
So yeah, Steve Carell gets his wife piped down by a dude she works with,
Yeah,
Mr.
by
David
David
Lindhagen. They're gonna get a divorce because of it.
yep.
And Mr. Steve is all sad at the
Yeah.
bar and
Yeah.
drinking his
Michael Scott.
life away.
Well, I like at the beginning when she announces he's getting divorced and like his reaction is to jump out of the moving car.
yeah,
Yeah.
that is a good one.
Yeah.
And it was like it looked like it was like coming to a stop. It was going like
Yeah.
5 miles per hour. I'm like,
Yeah.
that's perfectly a melodramatic thing to
Well,
do.
there was a stop sign in the neighborhood.
Yeah,
So yeah,
exactly. Just like don't do it at full speed, like you're actually trying to hurt yourself. Just
Yeah.
do it at like the
He does
safest
it-
speed possible.
He doesn't say a single word during the entire car ride, and
Yeah.
then he goes, "If you keep talking about it, I'm gonna jump out of the car."
He did forewarn her, so it was kind of her fault.
He did, yeah.
He did. You're right.
And she doesn't stop talking about it. He
Yeah.
just gets that's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
called her bluff.
And yeah, when they get home from dinner, his kid was beating Schmeat. His 13-year-old son was
Beating
Jay
the shit
Owen
out
to
of
his
his cock.
babysitter,
Yeah.
and his babysitter caught him Jay Owen.
Mm-hmm.
So he started to profess his love to said babysitter. And
Yeah.
then Mr. Steve and Julianne Moore
Julianne Moore.
get home, and they were like, "We're getting a divorce."
Yeah. And
And
there's all sorts of twists and turns in this movie. Everybody has secret crushes on each other, and everybody might be related to everybody.
Yeah,
And,
everybody knows each other somehow.
Everybody knows each other.
yeah.
Yeah.
That this movie, I think, has a lot of fun twists that I wasn't expecting.
I did not
Yeah.
see it coming a mile away. I didn't know how to feel about it. I was like, huh, I guess I'll take it.
Yeah.
It's somewhat. You were
Yeah.
like, didn't you say like that's not realistic? They were like,
It just does. It in my head, it didn't make
Yeah,
sense
I don't
that you would be dating somebody for that long and not know those things about them.
Yeah,
But
no,
Yeah.
that's definitely unrealistic.
that
Like,
you would, yeah, whatever. We'll get to that scene.
Yeah.
But that, scene. I was
yeah,
like,
they tell their kids they're getting divorced, and then consistently throughout this movie, young Jonah Bobo, the son.
Jonah. So yeah, we looked up
His
the
name.
who plays the 13-year-old boy because he
Yeah.
has a ridiculous name. It's Jonah Bobo.
Jonah Bobo.
That's-
Jonah Bobo.
I guess he's a musician now.
Tell me he
Is that his
doesn't-
musician name or that's his birth?
That's-
That's his
I
birth
believe his
name
birth
because
name.
it says it in the credits of the movie.
Jonah Bobo.
Jonah Bobo.
B-O-B-O.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me he doesn't at least look a little bit like Andy Milonakis.
He kind of does, like a skinnier,
Yeah.
less wrinkled Andy.
Yeah.
Milonakis.
Like an actual child,
Yeah.
Andy
Yeah.
Milonakis.
Well, he had freckles too.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
The daughter is Joey King. She,
Yes,
like, is
and
a-
she's super famous now.
I was about to
She's
say,
famous
yeah,
now.
you were telling me she like does
She was
stuff.
in the
Yeah.
kissing booth.
I
think.
never saw that, but I know she was in it. I just recognized her face. I was like, she's famous now.
Yeah.
She has like 3 lines in the whole movie. And
Yeah.
she kind of
Yeah,
looks
she just
scary. She has
watches
like a
TV
scary
the whole
haircut.
time.
She does look scary. And I think she's supposed to play like a 7 or 8-year-old girl, and she very evidently looks like she's like 12. And she
Yeah.
is 12 in the shooting of this movie.
It's not even a bowl cut. It's like a weird.
Yeah, it's like
It's like a
Yeah.
it's like a Lego haircut.
Yeah.
the Lego haircut.
It's like
yes.
it's like a woman Lego haircut. How it's just straight
It's
all
like
around.
the platonic ideal of like a 5-year-old girl's hair, like goofy
Yeah.
haircut.
Yeah, it's like a face frame, a perfect 90-degree angled
Yeah.
face frame.
Julianne Moore is like sitting with the scissors, and she's getting it. When
Julianne
she's not
Moore,
busy getting cocked down by fucking David Lindhagen.
David Big Hagen.
David Bighagen.
Julianne Moore, biggest babe in the movie, I think. Or
Yeah,
are you a Marissa Tomei guy?
I mean,
I think they're both pretty in different ways.
yeah,
I'll
I never
say
found
that.
Julianne Moore that attractive.
Julianne Moore is like
Really?
kind of more like Hollywood attractive.
I
and
never
think
found
Marissa
Marissa
just
Tomei
looks-
that attractive.
I think she looks more like just like a regular.
She looks
person.
like a 7th grade English teacher.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
That's why she's bad as fuck in this.
Yeah.
And
Yes,
if she was,
exactly.
or yeah, 8th grade. If she was my 8th grade English teacher, I'd probably want to bone her too.
That-
or if she was my son's 8th grade English teacher.
That's interesting because I feel like Marissa Tomei looks more like a Winona Ryder than Julianne Moore does.
Yeah, but I think Julianne Moore is hotter in this movie. I agree with you.
Okay.
I'm not going to disagree with you.
All right. That's fair.
Yeah.
But you know who the smoke show of the movie is? This Ryan Gosling
Jonah
guy.
Bobo.
Oh, yeah. Jonah Bobo.
This underage boy. He's the belle of the ball in this movie. I don't have to cock
Yeah,
him.
Ryan Gosling meets Mr. Steve at the bar
yeah.
when he's all sad drinking. And he's like, you're a pussy. You're a bitch. You got cucked. I'm going to get you your manhood back. We're going to get you a new drip.
She's all that's him.
Yeah.
And I pointed out it's very funny that there's like a makeover montage in this movie, but it's like men doing it. That's very much something that a lady does.
That's
in a
what I always
comedy.
thought was funny. Like the scene, like when he gets the makeover and he asks like the black lady, like, would you sleep with him? And she was like, yeah. I was like, he doesn't look that different.
No. He just has
He
different clothes
he's wearing
on.
different
And they
clothes.
like combed his hair differently. Yeah.
But yeah, Ryan Gosling in this movie, he's got his PhD from Hustlers University. He studied the ways of female manipulation
He's
under
a real
Andrew
fucking Tate, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And
he
he's
literally is. That's like his thing.
And he tells Emma Stone that his dad was rich, so he didn't have to work for any of his money either. This guy just has the life.
Yeah.
He's the coolest guy ever.
Yeah, dude. I want to
Similar to
be.
Andrew
He's
Tate.
literally me.
He's literally me in this
Yeah.
movie. Yeah.
If he hadn't found Emma Stone, he would have moved to Romania and become an OnlyFans.
Probably. Yeah. He would have
Yeah.
been pimping OnlyFans girls. Yeah.
Got arrested over a pizza box.
Yeah.
Pizzagate.
So yeah, he meets up with Mr. Steve, and he just feels so terrible for him, and he's like, "Stop drinking these lady drinks. I'm gonna put you in what is this 2011's peak men's fashion."
Yeah, this crazy 2011's drip, which
Yeah.
is just a quarter zip and a tie.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if this is what the story was going for, but when he's like teaching him to pick up women, and then he's like trying to be alpha and he can't do it, and then he's like honest with Marissa Tomei, and like that's what clicks. And then there's like a montage of him picking up women.
Yeah.
So I'm like, was Ryan Gosling just like a bad coach? Like if what he taught him didn't work and he had to do his own thing?
Yeah,
like,
he just bought him new clothes and like made him watch him have sex with other girls.
Yeah,
I
literally.
think-
The moral of the story is be yourself, I guess.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think the moral of that story was don't try and take game advice from other people.
Yeah.
Run your own game.
The
and
moral
you'll
of the
get
story
girls
is don't get a divorce.
like you'll get
Yeah.
girls that want to fuck you if you run your own game.
Yeah.
Exactly. But it's weird because like I feel like at the end of the movie they're trying to say that Steve Carell was like wrong for doing that.
Yeah, they were calling him a womanizer and shit.
But
Yeah.
I'm like, well, yeah, he was like sleeping with a lot of girls, but like he was just being himself.
And also, he did it after the divorce papers were put in front of him. His wife did
Yeah.
it before.
Yeah, exactly.
Whether or not his wife slept with one dude or 9 like he did, she did it
Yeah.
before the divorce papers.
Well,
were
yeah,
on
that
the
was like the
table.
big confrontation scene at the school.
Yeah,
The
and
wife
that's
is
the
like,
problem
"Oh,
I
like,
had
you
with
showed
it."
me, and it's like, well, you guys aren't together anymore. Why do you care?
Yeah.
Right, it shouldn't bother her.
Yeah.
She literally sucked David's big hoggin.
Yeah.
Well, they were still married.
Yeah.
Like Steve Carell would totally, like a guy in that situation in real life would totally do that. He's like, oh, I know that, yeah, we're going to go to parent-teacher conference night and my wife is going to think that I didn't know going in that I banged my son's teacher and I did it just to get back at her and like rub it in her face. It's like, no.
Well, yeah, he didn't know that either.
Yeah,
so,
I know.
Right, exactly.
But
yeah.
I feel like she was like, you showed me. It's like he wasn't trying to show you
Right,
anything. That was
yeah.
a terrible
It was an
experience.
honest mistake.
Yeah, that was a terrible
Yeah.
experience
for
him,
everyone
too.
involved.
Yeah.
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 It was an
Also,
honest mistake.
The kids, they were reading Scarlet Letter.
Yes.
So,
Easy
you know.
A.
Which-
Watch our last episode.
I feel like that's not a middle school book.
Well, they read it in high school in Easy A.
That makes
So,
more
like,
sense. But when we
yeah.
were watching the movie, I'm like,
Wait,
yeah,
was he in middle school?
Yeah,
Or was
Jonah
he-
Bobo's
Eighth grade.
13, brother.
It's 8th grade graduation at the end.
And he gives
that's
a, gives a
right.
speech about
yeah,
love.
Yeah, which is so funny that like this
that scene is
profound
so
moment
cringe.
happens
Yeah.
at like the 8th grade. The thing nobody or their family is like really gonna care about or remember in 2 years.
Also, did anyone else do the math? It really didn't seem like there were enough people in the audience for the amount of children on the stage.
They couldn't get enough extras.
Yeah.
It just didn't add up.
No.
Because, like, half the people in the audience were there for Jonah Bobo.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's true. Yeah, there was like maybe like 60 people on risers, and then like his family, it was him, mom, dad,
Ryan Gosling.
other
Gosling.
sister, and sister's boyfriend. He had like half the people there.
Yeah.
And the babysitter and her family.
But that was
Yes.
because his little,
which there was
her
no
little,
reason for them to be there.
her little brother was the same age as Jonah Bobo's character.
okay.
It said it at the beginning of the movie when he's professing his love to her.
Yeah,
He says,
that's right.
"I know I'm the same age as your little brother, but it won't matter in a few years once
Yeah.
my balls drop."
yeah,
But
and,
they never will because I have Andy Milonakis disease.
the babysitter, she's got a crush on Steve Carell, and so her solution is, I'm gonna take underage nude photos and give
Which
them
is
to him.
so uncomfortable.
Yeah,
Definitely
In
not
hindsight.
something they would put in a movie today.
Yeah.
yeah.
I was like, I was watching, like, is this just supposed to be silly American Beauty? I don't really remember how it works in American Beauty, but I remember someone's trying to bang a teenager.
Yeah, I remember Kevin Spacey is laying in flowers naked.
Yeah. Have you seen that? No. Okay. I haven't seen it since a very long time. And, like, the only things I remember about it are things that just seem like they would have aged terribly today.
I remember there was a scene where his wife was like cheating on him and in the drive-thru, or is that a different movie?
Like I said, this was a long time ago.
Okay.
So you think American Beauty's like overrated, right?
I don't.
Cutie.
I don't know. I think a
That's
lot of
you.
people. It's like really famous because a lot of people liked it when it came out, but I think
Yeah.
a lot of those people don't remember it that well and just were like, "Oh, that was profound," and then yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I just remember Kevin Spacey's a creep. It's one of those movies.
It's true to form.
Yes.
I was gonna say. I thought you were making a joke
What?
about him laying in flowers.
Oh, I was making a joke about it. Was the girl laying in flowers.
Yeah, he's.
Oh, okay.
It would have been
But is
funny
Kevin
if it
Spacey
was-
Spacey in the
Kevin
movie
Spacey.
actually?
Yeah, he's the main
Yeah,
character.
he's the
Oh,
guy.
see,
yeah.
I've never seen it.
And it's one of those awesome movies where again they don't make. I don't think you see this in movies anymore, but it's like where a middle-aged dad starts smoking weed and like thinks he's like the coolest guy ever.
Yeah.
Like completely changes his person. I like that's a beat from movies back then. Is like middle-aged dad starts smoking pot. And
Yeah.
you get
Or like
some-
Falling Down. Have you seen Falling
Yeah,
Down?
falling down. Yeah,
Just middle-aged dad just shoots up a McDonald's.
falling down's amazing. Though.
Yeah.
Was that heroin?
What?
Was falling down heroin?
No, it's just
Oh.
Michael Douglas, and he's tired of his work job. He's tired of being a office man, so he shoots up a McDonald's.
Yeah, I don't want to spoil the end, but the ending,
Whoa.
the ending like is a movie that like
Yeah.
any studio would look at today and be like, no, why did you
Yeah.
even bring this to
Does he
us?
smoke weed in that movie?
Yeah, him and Tommy Lee Jones, they have underage sex and smoke weed.
Wait, Tommy Lee Jones is a boy in that movie? Tommy Lee Jones plays an underage boy in that movie?
Yeah, they aged him down.
Yeah.
They super aged.
Tommy Lee Jones plays a 13-year-old boy
That would be funny.
Yeah.
If they started doing
with just
that.
his
they-
voice. They just keep his voice.
Yeah.
The facial technology gets there before the audio is.
Yeah. Tommy Lee Jones playing a 13-year-old. I love it.
Yeah, but this movie to me seemed just like less depressing American Beauty.
Okay.
In some ways. Because it's kind of, yeah, it is about like a middle-aged guy who has like a midlife crisis. But
yeah.
Yeah.
But the middle
have
life
a
crisis
crisis
is thrust
too.
upon him. Or
Yeah.
thrust upon his wife in the form of David Lindhagen. Over
Yeah.
there.
I'd have a crisis too if my life was mid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah, he's like the best accountant at his accounting company.
Yeah.
And they're all like, "Oh, he's getting a divorce.
'Cause
Fucking
they're like-
sick, bro."
Because they thought he had cancer. They're
Yeah.
like, thank God it's not cancer.
they're
It's
all
only a
cheering.
divorce. Yeah.
And yeah, I thought that was funny seeing him. He's like walking out and they're all clapping.
And
for
he's
him.
like,
because that's another thing. This movie is like grounded in reality, but that would never happen
No.
anywhere.
Yeah.
No. Like that guy, which is his boss, you would like go to HR and like he would get in so much shit for being like, yeah, he like had the whole office applauding me, screaming about how I'm getting divorced to
Yeah.
everybody.
there's a nice amount of Volvos and BMWs in this movie, and that just tickles my lizard brain.
The cars are nice.
Specifically Volvos and BMWs.
Yeah.
I have an attraction to those vehicles. He
All
jumps
right.
out of the Volvo.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
that's
does the old CX90,
XC.
XC90.
New Balance gets a real knocking in this movie.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They
With their
shit
back.
on they shit on the NBs.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're drip now. Someone's
Yeah.
driving around out there without their headlights on. Sorry that.
But yeah, he I like his middle-aged guy drip, his oversized suits, and
Yeah.
New Balance. Yeah,
Gray polos. And, yeah.
Yeah.
There was a missed opportunity to do a David Byrne joke with his
Yeah.
suits.
Yeah.
That would have been great. It's like, you look like David Byrne or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
I like when he sees his wife at parent-teacher conferences and she's like, "You look good," and he goes, "Yeah, apparently I was buying the wrong size suit for 25 years."
It's fair. You know, you gotta buy.
You gotta, if you have, dude, a nice fitted suit can do a man wonders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's also about like the 2011 drip. Like it is funny to see like, oh, this is like what looked cool back then. And he's wearing like 5 layers. I mean, they call it out in the movie, but he's wearing like a shirt, a quarter zip, and a jacket.
Yeah,
but that's supposed to be cool guy clothes, I guess.
I think that's just like rich guy. I think Ryan looked cooler than he did. Maybe it's because I don't know.
Ryan had some shitty outfits in this movie too, though.
He had some shitty outfits, but
it
like,
was
when
just
he was going out-
2011.
When
That's
he was
the
going
problem.
out and he was like wearing his suits and his his sweaters. I was like, it's pretty good. I'd wear that today.
Yeah, because men's fashion, I think, it doesn't change as much as women's does.
Yeah.
Because speaking of fashion in this movie,
You guys are basically wearing the same thing. You guys are
much.
Mr. Steve in it right now.
Yeah.
Before Mr. Steve met Ryan Gosling in this movie, that's what you guys are doing right now.
That's fair.
I like to think our shirts fit a little bit better.
Yeah.
But
I'm Jonah Bobo in it right
Yeah.
now.
men's
That's a pretty
fashion,
Jonah Bobo
it
fit.
doesn't change as much. But speaking about like atrocious fits in this movie, the babysitter.
Yeah.
Oh, my
she's
God.
in that.
She has the
Yeah.
worst fits in this movie.
Terrible, like iconically bad.
Yeah, like
2011
teenage
fits.
girls from 2010.
Like a
Yeah.
denim skirt with black leggings under it.
Yeah. Oh my
it's
God.
bizarre.
There was a scene where she was just wearing like skateboarding jeans
Yeah.
And I was
like
just like, what is-
like a cardigan
with like 4 layers
Yeah.
over it.
And a bunch of bracelets. It's very like Wizards of Waverly Place.
Oh,
like
yeah,
this
yeah,
era
yeah.
of Disney
Definitely.
Channel.
There you
show.
go. That's a good call
Yeah,
out
they
there.
were
Yeah.
throwing those types of fits on those
Throwing
Disney Channel
fits.
shows. Yeah.
She was a cutie, but something about her. It's like I don't know.
She wanted to fuck Mr. Steve. That's what was unattractive about her.
Yeah, that. I don't.
At least
yeah.
in my opinion.
What did she see in him?
Not even that, just that he's like 45 and she
Yeah,
was
that's
17.
You
But
didn't
yeah, I
wanna
looked
fuck a 45-year-old when you were 17, dude.
It's different.
Miss. I might censor her name.
Miss
You might want to say
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
But
I took like the
Timestamp
last 2
it.
years of high school only because like
oh my God,
I
y'all some
wanted to hang out
clowns.
with her.
I don't think she was there when you were there in 8th grade. No, here's my problem with that is there would be like one female teacher at who was under age 60 and then
At school.
everybody there, just because it was the one woman like that,
Yeah.
all of the boys would be like, oh, she's so hot, Miss yes,
Yeah.
her. Everybody thought she was so hot,
Yeah.
and I'm just like, she's literally like your average like 40-year-old
Like
white
mom,
lady. Yeah, it's just so because you're around all dudes and old
Yeah.
people all day. Your standards get very low.
Which is fair, yeah. But I was so just fucking. Yeah. Kids would like tell me like, dude, stop fucking like hitting on their class, and I was like,
Dude, editor's
I got
going to
a
have
chance,
some
bro.
work to do after
I got a
this
chance,
one.
bro.
yeah, and
she's
it's
never gonna see
probably
this.
sucks to be the teacher too.
Yeah, she hated me.
Well, she was
yeah,
that's fair.
we're talking about
yeah.
Yeah.
She
Was it gay?
I doubt it. I don't
Oh,
know.
I feel like most kind of are.
No,
Oh.
I don't know.
You know who would be really funny if they were gay?
Who?
Thomas Kincaid. Dude, are you familiar with Thomas
You would
Kincaid's
know
game?
his art if you saw it.
That
It's-
is. Could we get editor to flash a Thomas Kincaid on
Yeah,
the screen?
fine. I'm gonna look at it.
Because he's awesome. He does like
the worst shit
the
ever.
worst paintings ever. It's like the shittiest like Christmas landscapes, and they all look the exact
it's
same.
definitely something you will see in a boomer's house. Maybe even like an older boomer.
A white grandma.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks like a puzzle.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
it does look like puzzles, yeah.
Thomas
I bet
Kincaid.
you because a
And he's
lot of his
so-
stuff got made into puzzles.
Probably,
too.
yeah.
And so he's a right wing psycho, I believe.
Yeah.
and
He's
it'd
right-wing?
be really funny if he was
Oh
gay.
shit.
Yeah,
Dude,
wouldn't
look
it
at
be
that guy.
funny if he was
looks like
gay?
a character on Righteous Gemstones.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
honestly.
does.
He looks like yeah,
Jesse.
Kenny Powers.
He looks like Jesse. Jesse Gemstone.
Yeah, he does kind of look like a Danny McBrown.
yeah, Danny McBride character.
Yes.
Danny McBrown, and he's a mix between Danny Brown and Danny McBride. Yo,
He's a
new
black-
character.
They should do Danny
They should do
McBride
Dan-
show about him. I bet you about Kincaid. I bet you would be really good.
They should do
Yeah.
Danny McBrown. We should do
Played by
Danny McBrown right now.
We can get Danny Brown on the show, probably.
Yeah. But back to the movie. 'cause
Back
I have
to
another
this-
thing.
I want to
to
flesh
say.
out the Danny McBrown character,
Is-
but we can come back
Dandy
to
Millenick Brown.
that. No. Danny McBrown would he'd be a rapper, but instead of being from Detroit, he would be from the South, like Danny McBride, and he'd be a comedy rapper.
Okay.
And yeah, I don't. He'd have an HBO deal for his comedy raps. I don't know. That's Danny
That's
McBrown.
what you had to flesh out.
Yeah, I'm the Danny McBrown character.
All right. My thing with this movie, though.
Eastbound and Brown.
Eastbound and Brown.
See, that's what I mean. I'm looking for any help here, and you guys are just sitting there looking at me like I'm a fucking idiot. I'm trying to make a joke.
All right. Speaking of jokes, is there only one bar in the city that they live in this movie? Because he
and it's also the most poppin' club.
Yeah, I don't get it. Middle-aged divorced guy, wife leaves him, and his mind is, oh, I'm gonna go to the happening half nightclub bar to drink alone. It's what? And then so I get why a character like Ryan Gosling would go there and wheel, but I think Steve and Ryan are after very different demographics of women in this movie, and it would not make sense for everybody to be going to this bar.
Also, Ryan is there every night, and he goes home with a woman, sometimes multiple, 100% of the time.
That's what happens when you don't have a job.
Yeah, that's fair.
He's the unemployed
When you have
friend.
Yeah.
unlimited game and money.
Yeah, he just is the unemployed friend that goes to the bar and gets unlimited pussy.
Yeah. But it's just weird. That's where Steve goes when he's wants to be alone. It's
Where Marissa Tomei.
Yeah, it's where he goes to pick up women. At the end of the movie when he's depressed and drinking there in the day, I'm is this the only bar that they can go to in this?
I loved that scene when he's drinking there at 2:30 and he's talking to the bartender and you see somebody open the door in the background and just the sunlight hits his face.
Yeah,
That's a great touch.
Yeah, and I don't remember what I was gonna say, but yeah. I like the Josh Groban playing Emma Stone's lawyer boyfriend.
Josh girlfriend.
You didn't even know he was more famous for being a singer?
No,
You
I thought he
You
was
didn't
an
know
actor.
Josh Groban was a singer?
Why should I?
Because he's way more famous
It's Josh
from
Groban.
that.
But I don't listen to fucking Josh Groban music.
Neither do I.
Yeah, I don't either, but he's just famous.
Yeah.
That's what he's known for. Which is funny because I guarantee, well, it was Ryan Gosling too, but I know the ladies love Josh Girlfriend. They should have given him a bigger role in the movie.
Yeah.
because-
Josh's girlfriend was Emma Stone at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah, he was.
He was a great loser boy. He kind of reminded me of in Scott Pilgrim. Who was the final?
Gideon Graves.
Yeah, the final boss.
You think I don't know my Scott
Yeah.
Pilgrim lore?
Well, that's why I knew to bring it up.
But yeah, and that's another weird thing. So him and Emma Stone were about to get engaged, right?
Yeah.
They've been dating for a long ass time, and then it's implied that she continues to work at the law firm? I don't think they ever wrapped that part up.
Well, they were dating, and oh yeah, that's true.
Doesn't she quit? I think she quit.
I think she breaks up with him. She might have quit.
I think
time
she
breaks
quits
up
when
with
she
him.
breaks
just
up
fucked
with
her
him.
prospects of
Well, she knows that Ryan Gosling is a rich guy with a lot of money and
Sure.
who wants to fuck her.
She's at law school. She just throws this bar study book out the window. She's all right.
I like how they just add that as character, because they were just what does he do? I don't know. He's just, his dad was rich and he died, and so now he just goes to the
has
club all
money.
day.
Because there's never going to be
Yeah.
a rom-com where a woman falls in love with a poor guy. Just saying.
The Notebook. He was
Yeah.
in it.
All right, I haven't seen it.
Well, it's not a
Titanic.
rom-com. I guess it's not a comedy.
Yeah,
Neither is
that's just a
Titanic,
drama. Yeah,
but-
a rom-com, a lighthearted movie.
The
like
ending
this.
of Titanic is fucking hilarious.
It's pretty silly, pretty wacky when they hit
It's
that
pretty
iceberg.
great. Yeah. Whoa! And the captain's 6 beers deep and cranks it into the iceberg.
They should have done a Titanic with the Marx Brothers. I would have seen that movie. Or the Three Stooges.
There is they made proto Titanics in the 30s and 40s.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I had to watch one in film school. It was about a couple that falls in love on a ship and the ship hits an iceberg at night.
But it's just not called the Titanic.
No.
So James Cameron
Yeah,
is an
James Cameron
unoriginal
stole
piece of
that.
shit.
yeah, well, James Cameron also was a little obsessed with the idea of the Titanic.
Yeah,
He's a little
he
too
went
obsessed
there.
with water.
He is.
The way of it.
James Cameron's
He
a
loves
big
the
fan
way
of
of
water.
it.
Jason Momoa. No, James Cameron should be Aquaman in all of those movies.
I mean, in Entourage, he was directing.
you're
Aquaman,
right. That's
so-
great. That's so true.
Yeah.
Didn't he do a King Kong movie?
No, that
Oh,
was
Peter
early
Jackson
Yeah,
did. Yeah,
yeah.
Peter Jackson.
I wonder if that's good.
Yeah, I've never seen it.
I don't think so. It's
That was hot. That was like hot off Lord of the Rings.
God,
He's
that's
like, "All right."
insane that my mind even just put James Cameron and Peter Jackson in the same thought
They're
process.
both, like-
James Camron-fini. I don't know.
I'm
It's James
fucking
Gandolfini,
make
but
a
he rides in
movie.
submarines.
I gotta go down the fucking Titanic.
Hey, you know how much fucking pressure it is.
It's somebody down the
direct Avatar
Titanic needs
4?
whacking.
Christopher, what do you think of these new designs for the Na'vi?
This is the dumbest character. I've
James Gandolfini.
Yeah, it's instead of the Stugatz being his boat, it's his submarine. His
Yeah.
name, the Stugatz that he takes.
It's the Stugatz.
So yeah, he gets divorced and is living on the submarine for like a month.
He's living down on the Titanic.
Yeah, he's
There's like a scuba suit. He's like walking to the kitchen on the Titanic.
yeah.
when they shoot Big Pussy, just the whole submarine explodes.
James Gandolfini.
Yeah, he takes him out on a submarine. See, that had legs.
Ooh.
That had legs.
Yeah.
Christopher, we're going to Pandora. That would be... Tony Soprano would, like, be one of the guys who watches Avatar, the original, and, like, went into, like, a state of deep depression. About
Because
how
he couldn't actually be at Pandora.
Yeah, that's a very Tony Soprano thing to do.
Yeah.
All right, should we get back
See
to...
the size of those fucking plants.
Yeah. Christopher would relate to Jake Scully, and he'd be like, Tony, why can't I just grow my legs back
Give me
and
my
be an
legs back,
Avatar?
Tone. Come on.
Have I not done enough for you?
I
Yeah.
need an arc.
Getting made is getting the Avatar. That's what happens when you're made, is you get to live in the Avatar for the full thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think this has like Sopranos Avatar. That could be a good.
That
yeah.
works, yeah.
Sopranotar.
Sopranotar, yeah. Well,
Woke
no,
up
that's
this
funny because
morning.
Edie Flacco...
Got myself a Mac.
Edie Flacco was
Flacco?
in... What is it?
Falco?
Falco?
I thought you were
Joe
doing a joke.
Flacco.
Yeah, Edie Captain Falcon was
Yeah.
in... she's in the
She
new
was in
Avatar
F-Zero
movie,
GX.
but she's only in it for a little bit at the beginning, which obviously means she's going to be
Oh,
in
yeah, I
the other
remember
ones
that.
more. So
Yeah.
yeah, Sopranotar's... Or
Sopranotars.
Sopranotar might happen, yeah.
Yeah.
Avatos or Sopranotars?
Avatos. I like Avatos.
Avatos.
Yeah, that's good.
I wanna, yeah. Just junk.
Joe just likes toes.
Yeah. That's fair.
Yeah. All right, should we
So yeah, this.
start talking about that crazy, stupid movie we all watched? I didn't think it was stupid.
Yeah.
but-
I used to get this movie and Love and Other Drugs confused.
I've
because-
never seen that one.
Okay.
I was getting this and Love Actually confused, even though I've never seen any of those movies.
Oh yeah, I guess that's sort of a similar thing where it's like different storylines.
Converge. in,
Does
like-
Love Actually converge? I don't know.
I have
I've
no
never
idea.
seen
I've
it.
never seen it. I
Okay.
think you're just confusing the titles.
Crazy Love and Other Drugs. I don't know. Okay.
Ryan Gosling, so he's like this playboy,
Yeah.
and
And he has the Brookstone massage chair.
Yeah. He does the
Which is funny 'cause
Dirty
the-
Dancing
Yeah.
dance.
she's like, "This sucks." And then just-
Yeah, that's the best. That's one of the best scenes. Is they go cut to the massage chair for 2 seconds, and she's like, "This sucks."
Yeah.
But yeah, and that's like in the beginning, and he tries to get with Emma Stone, and she's like, "Yeah, nice try, bud. I'm a lawyer, girl. Okay, not these bimbos who are just here to get drinks for free, but I'm on my way to be a strong, independent woman."
And then she says, "Fuck that shit."
And so you go for most of the movie being like, okay, like, because, he gets linked up with Mr. Steve, and then it'll still cut back to her for the first, like, third of the movie, and you're like, who is this? How is she relevant to the plot in any way? Like, I was just confused.
She's Mr. Steve's oldest daughter.
Whoa, big twist.
crazy reveal. Yeah, that's kind of the big reveal.
Yeah.
Is Ryan Gosling's talking about how he's gonna go meet his new girlfriend's mom.
Yeah, he calls Steve and tells him, like, hey,
Hey,
I'm going to go hang out with
I've been seeing this girl. I'm really excited. I'm gonna go meet her mom. And Mr. Steve is on his way over
And he's
to
like,
his
"Oh,
ex's
I'm gonna-
house to
yeah,
do a
I'm gonna
grand
go impress my
gesture.
wife."
Another thing that was weird is, like,
And that's
those
where
dudes
they
would
converge.
not be friends.
Who,
Steve-
Mr. Steve and Ryan Gosling?
Yeah, you think, like a top G at some nightclub, again, where the age demographics like this would never converge, but you think he'd just, like, take pity on this guy? Like, is that just...
I mean,
Yeah, that's top
that
G
was Tate's
behavior.
whole thing,
I guess-
was, like, taking pity on,
Fuck, you're right, that they do
Yeah,
do
that is
okay.
top G behavior.
Yeah.
And I think it was accurate, too, how he just, like, he was just like, all right, like, I'm done with you now.
Yeah,
And
he just didn't answer his phone calls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be funny if the whole makeover part was because it obviously is like a Pygmalion Pretty Woman type parody, but if it was like gay Pretty Woman or Pygmalion, and he's like he's like you're just so midlife crisis. I'm gonna make you handsome so you can be with me. Like,
dude, we got
that would be funny if Ryan Gosling turned him gay.
Yeah,
he just turned him out.
Well,
he
he
could do
sucked
that to
his
a lot
cock
of
at
men.
one point in the movie.
It'd be funny if Ryan Gosling one night at the bar was like, meet me in the bathroom, man, I got some coke. And he gets to the bathroom, Ryan Gosling's just there with his pants down smiling.
But that's what happens in this movie. Remember they were in the gym and Steve Carell like fell on Ryan
Gunnar,
Gosling's
you were
dick?
in the bathroom
I
when that
didn't
happened.
see
Yeah,
that,
but yes.
yeah.
Yeah. Steve Carell's in the sauna and Ryan Gosling's standing there with his schlong out and Steve Carell passes out from the heat and he puts his face on his meat.
That would be funny though if like Ryan Gosling like at the end of the movie that's what he realizes is he's gay. He's like, I was just trying to fill a hole in my heart by
And my ass.
by banging all these women, but I realized I can find true love only if I'm with a man. Like in just the weirdest way.
I was
a guy
trying
could
to
find
fill
out
a
he's
hole
gay.
in my heart and instead I wanted to fill a hole in my ass.
Yes.
There you go. Also, I think it's sort of implied that he reminds him of his dad. Because I think he says, Steve Carell says, like, why are you doing this for me? And he was like,
You remind me of somebody. And then later in the movie, he says his dad died.
Yeah.
And then he says about his dad, too, he says that he let his mom walk all over him.
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking pussy.
So, yeah, that is the implication. Good one, Joe.
Thank you.
Good nab on that one. I didn't pick up on that until you just said that.
Fair.
I learned from Ryan in this. Trust me, dude. My bitch, she doesn't walk anywhere on me. She's not gonna walk
Unless
this
it's a
way.
foot
Yeah.
job.
Heyo.
But it would be funny if he's like, you remind me of someone else, you remind me of my dad. And he's like, yeah, my dad, he went through a really rough divorce with my mom, and I showed him how to be a pussy getting top G. So
I showed my own dad.
Yeah, that's
my own father.
He's like, you remind me of my dad. He went through a rough divorce too. So
Yeah.
That'd be a good movie.
Yeah.
That kind of would. And then, like, that's just the moral of the story.
It's like Bad
he-
Grandpa, but it's like about a dad and his son.
It's
like,
about
trying
its
to get
cool
pussy.
son.
Yeah.
Cool son.
Cool son. Yeah.
Cool weed smoking son.
That I can't believe. I mean, I'm sure.
Can't
there's
believe
gotta
it's
be,
not butter.
There's got to be like midlife crisis movies where like.
There's a script somewhere.
Yeah, I'm sure I could think of one off the top of my head where like a dad he has to like learn to be cool again through his son. I don't know.
There was that one a few years ago. I think Melissa McCarthy was in it, where she wants to be a cool mom, and so she like goes to college with her daughter, and her daughter is like embarrassed by her.
Okay.
But I can't think of any where it's like a dad trying to become cool. Like the dad like comes out in like Supreme and like
Yeah,
he's
he's a Givenchy dad.
yeah.
Rick Owens' dad.
Rick Owens.
Do you know
That-
Rick Owens' dad on TikTok? There is a Rick Owens' dad on TikTok.
Is it? You think it's him doing it genuinely, or is it like a son who's?
No, he got into it without his son's puppeteering.
Let
yeah.
me guess. He lives in L.A.
He's a California guy. I don't know if it's specifically Los
Okay,
Angeles,
yeah,
but he's a
that's-
California guy. Yeah.
California behavior.
Yeah.
We
Rick
need-
Owens' dad. It's literally like his TikTok handle.
Rick
It's
Owens.
embarrassing.
Isn't Jack Dorsey like a big Rick Owens guy?
Probably yes, Jack Dorsey. It's funny they showed him on the Super Bowl, and I recognized.
Oh,
him
yeah.
immediately. We both recognized.
He was wearing Rick. I'm like
was?
90%
Okay.
sure
Was he
that
with Rick?
because he had like that it was like that black like avant-garde like button-up style, and I was
Yeah.
like that looks like Rick.
Yeah,
Was
it
he
is-
with Rick?
No,
No, he
Rick
was
was not at the Super
with-
Bowl. Rick was busy being a table.
Yeah,
He's
Rick
in
wouldn't go to
someone's
the
living
Super Bowl.
room.
He was with Jay-Z and Beyonce. I'm like, I recognize that fucker immediately. The only 45-year-old man with a nose ring.
Who would be hanging? The only white boy with a nose ring who would be hanging out with Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Yeah, that's fair. I can't
That's
think
what
of
they
something
should have done
else.
in this movie. Is Mr. Steve comes out. We'll do like a
Oh,
an
ricked
edit.
up.
Yeah. He's ricked up. He's got Goyard, Supreme, all that fun stuff.
Gucci, Louis, 3 box
Which
logos.
I feel like if this movie
He's
were
sagging
made
his
now,
pants. He's wearing Versace boxers.
that is kind of what
he
the
gets a
stuff
gold
would be
grill.
wearing would be like.
He starts walking around like this all the time.
Yeah. What else? What do the kids nowadays wear? Oh, he's wearing like a Spider-Man Hawaiian shirt.
A 3XL Spider-Man Hawaiian shirt.
It's pretty
Cool guy
sick.
shirt. Was that an eBay find?
This was an eBay find.
I want to get clothes off eBay, but I feel like I can't justify the cool piece of clothing plus the shipping. You know?
Well, so that's why what I always do when I buy something on eBay is I offer them whatever they're charging minus shipping.
okay.
So then like covers. And then if they don't take it.
Let me see.
Yeah, fuckers. I've never done like secondhand. I used to hang out with a crew who would like go thrifting, but I've never like I don't know. I get like weird about like.
You think it's
clothes.
like dirty or something?
Yeah.
Fair.
Are you a Gap man?
No, I'm not a Gap man.
Because the Gap caught some flack in
yeah,
this
he
movie
was not
too.
a fan of the Gap, which I was like, I think don't people like the Gap?
No, Gunnar and I talked
yeah,
about
we talked
it last
about this.
night.
So I went to Great Lakes Crossing recently, and
Well, that's why.
well, no, and I'm like, oh, there's a Gap store. Like, what's going on in here? And I went in, and I'm like, wait, it's like still like shitty clothes that like would fit in this movie, and it's still expensive. I'm like, how is this place still around? Like, they're making the same
Because
shit
it's
they were
owned
at
by
this-
the same company that owns Banana Republic, and
Yeah.
Banana Republic actually makes good clothes that sell.
Yeah.
So
But it is
Banana
funny,
Yeah, I'm a
Republic.
banana boy.
Yeah, we're all
yeah,
banana
yeah.
boys here.
I feel like Gap used to be like a more respectable, like cooler brand, and it
Yeah,
kinda
when
just-
this movie came out.
yeah, they just fell into irrelevance over the 2010s.
I feel like I still see kids wearing like the Gap jeans. Like I think isn't Gap jeans like
Thrifted.
a cool thing? Oh,
You
okay.
secondhand, you get a nice
Oh, I
pair
guess
of baggy
Levi's
Gaps,
is like the.
Levi's.
a nice pair of
timeless, though.
501s.
You know what I found out recently is Abercrombie and Fitch. You know, it started out as a gun company,
No way.
That's crazy.
and what's his name? That famous author, was it Thoreau or Hemingway killed
Yeah.
himself with an Abercrombie and Fitch gun.
Really?
Did
Yeah.
Kurt Cobain as well?
No,
Probably
Kurt Cobain
not.
used a Browning A5.
And he used his toe also.
Yeah. You mean Courtney Love used a Browning A5?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
We were talking a few months ago about like picking a conspiracy theory to go all in on, and we realized Kurt Cobain truther.
Yeah,
One of
being
the
a Courtney Love truther.
Yeah, not like QAnon or vaccines. I'm like,
Like,
no,
not a 9/11 guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a Cobain
yeah,
guy.
not even
yeah.
a JFK
Killed.
guy.
Yeah, and you know why that came up is because I was telling you I was talking to a girl who that was like her thing.
Courtney
She was
Love,
like living and dying on the hill that Courtney Love killed Kurt Cobain.
Damn.
Yeah.
Who cares?
No one. That's the thing.
Where do you guys land on the?
I live and die on the hill that Casey Anthony did nothing wrong.
Casey Affleck did that.
That's definitely one of those that you want to live and die on.
And I live and die also on the hill that John Benet Ramsey's 1000% still alive.
Who's that?
That was a prank.
She was like a
The little
pageant
blonde
girl.
Colorado baby girl.
I think like they said her brother killed her. Or
Yeah.
something.
Oh, that was a while ago, right?
Yeah.
Like 90.
She's just in Cuba with Tupac.
Don't
She's
they
in
say
Cuba
that
with-
she's Katy Perry now, or she's Lady Gaga now, or something?
John
like that?
Benet Ramsey is Lady Gaga. That'd
Isn't
be
that a
sick.
theory?
That'd be insane. That'd be a theory I could get behind.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome if like there actually is. There's a resort in Cuba only for perceived dead
Yeah.
famous people, like JFK Jr. That's where his flight went down. Was
Yeah.
over Cuba, and he's living
Then he
there.
just parachuted right into the
yeah, he's
resort.
chilling with Tupac and
Biggie.
Yeah, Anastasia,
John Benet Ramsey.
the Romanov princess, who everyone thought the Bolsheviks didn't kill. Yeah, she's
The
there. She's like
Malaysia
120.
flight.
Yeah, all the people from Malaysia flight. Yeah, Franz Ferdinand.
Yeah, the guy who famously got shot in public.
No.
He's still alive.
Yeah,
Franz
he's out
Ferdinand
there.
is still alive, guys.
He got his can peeled in front of like 400 people. It's like, nah, he's still around.
still
That's
alive,
a shame
guys.
because he was a Habsburg. He would probably love F1.
Yeah.
Yeah, those
Yeah, the
Habsburgs.
Habsburgs probably would have fucked with Formula One,
They do.
dude.
The one prince is a driver.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
The like current heir to the Habsburg throne is a professional.
He's
F1
like
driver.
funding his Formula driving career.
He might be on the Red Bull team.
Do you know the name?
I think it's Maximilian Habsburg.
He's not on Red. There's no one with the last name
That's the
Habsburg.
Britishest
There's no one
name
with
I've
the
ever
last
heard.
name Habsburg currently in Formula 1, Formula 2, or Formula 3. I can tell
Well,
you
he's
that.
in one of those fancy European motorsport.
He's
leagues.
probably in like Formula E or,
Yeah,
or
that
like
might
Formula
be.
GB.
I know he participated in.
This is the motorsport section of the
I know he
podcast.
participated and did well in Le Mans.
Riley,
So-
I knew you were autistic, but
No, I'm not as motorsport autistic as certain people I know, but I'm sports autistic in general.
Yeah.
I was watching pro volleyball on Monday night, and I was like, "This shit's
Damn.
fucking fire."
Women's?
Yeah.
Pro? You mean like college?
No, professional.
They
there's
have that?
This is the first year of the league. There's a team in Grand Rapids. They play at Van Andel Arena, where the Grand Rapids Griffins play.
Huh.
Damn.
They sold 4,500 tickets.
Shit.
Yeah,
that's where we're gonna film the next episode.
is at the volleyball game.
Let's do it.
We're here live
From
Grand
Van
Rapids.
Andel Arena at the Grand Rapids Rise professional volleyball game. We do not have permission to be filming here.
Do they have a cool team name?
The Grand Rapids
Oh,
Rise,
right.
and it's like a phoenix.
Makes sense.
Pretty
You
cool.
go up for the
The block.
thing. Yeah.
The block.
That works.
Is what it's called.
Well, you can also do a spike. You go up for a spike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you go down for a dig.
Yeah.
I'm learning.
Okay.
I'm gonna get into volleyball. I might be in spandex on the next
Yeah,
episode.
it'd be pretty hot. It'd be pretty hot. All I remember is there's that like Brazilian volleyballer who was in the Olympics a few years ago, and there's a lot of famous gifs going around of her falling and the recoil
And her
ass.
penis shaking and her
penis,
spandex
yeah.
because all Brazilian
she was
women
the
are
first-
trans.
She was the first trans female volleyball player.
Well, aren't all Brazilian women just trans?
Oh yeah, similar to Thailand. They actually have no organic female population
Yeah.
there.
Same with China. How soon do you think until China is just all gay guys?
It's the wanting seed IRL, but no, because the wanting seed they don't want people having kids. In China, they kind of realize how much they've shot themselves in the foot.
And now they want
demographically.
people boning.
Yeah.
Aren't there? This is
like that
loose,
Rick and
and
Morty
I
is.
can't confirm or deny it. But aren't there a bunch of single Chinese
Oh, yeah.
bulls
Yeah.
trying to
Yeah.
sneak into the United States?
It's insane. There's a population.
That's so. Wait. Not only do we have a problem with like illegal immigrants from the South, we're also getting illegal immigrants from fucking China.
Just for pussy. They don't care about the
You're
jobs.
just for pussy.
They just want pussy.
They're doing sex tourism illegally. Illegal sex tourism.
Yeah, I could handle the taking of jobs. The taking of pussy.
pussy.
That's our American
Build
pussy.
the damn wall.
Those are my overweight white women.
Stay away from our white women, Chinese men.
No, but it's actually insane. There's
We don't need
like
any smart babies.
the U.S. population is like 380 million something. I think there's a population in China of men who are single, and it's like 300 million men. They have a 0% chance of ever having a GF because there's just that many more men than there are women
From
in
when they were
China.
throwing all the girls away?
Yeah, so imagine just a population the size of the United States.
That's why they're building all this
Everyone you
AI.
see here.
Dude, yeah, for real.
United
That's why
States
they're
and-
big on
yeah.
the sex bots.
Yes,
That's
exactly.
crazy,
They're like,
dude.
guys, we got to get this going.
Yeah.
I need some pussy.
Yeah.
just-
all have you seen that meme? And it's like I have two modes, tweaking and locked in.
Yeah.
Chinese guys are both tweaking and locked in.
Yeah.
At
When do you think
all
they're going to go
times.
full Lincoln and fuck their boys?
Yeah, dude. When can Chinese guys just throw some dolphin blubber on the thighs? Go Abraham.
Abrahamic.
It's funny. I literally saw today.
Abraham Lincoln.
There's some story on Twitter going around of a Chinese guy who was 36 years old, never had a girlfriend, and his cousin was working in.
Where did you read this?
On Twitter, and there were pictures of this. So there was incel, Chinese incel, and his cousin was working in like Zambia, I think, somewhere in Africa, and he just like DM'd his cousin. He's like, "Yo, can you like find me a GF over there?" And his cousin was like, "Yeah, come through." He met a girl, Zambian woman, and within
Wakanda.
20 days just married her and brought her back to China.
Damn. I mean, that's good for her, you know?
Insane.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, if he's got money.
I don't know, but China
Does
seems
he have,
like
if he got
Aren't
that
they
Jack
famously
Ma
scared
money?
of black people there, though?
I was gonna say too, China seems like one of those cultures where if you have a mixed race kid, like that kid will be bullied and ostracized relentlessly.
Like Japan.
Like
Yes,
Jaden
like
Smith.
Japan, yeah. I mean,
Karate Kid.
I forgot about that's the plot point. Is him and his single
Him and
mom.
his black mom who just up and moved to
They
China.
needed better opportunities to go work at the Shein sweatshops.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
His mom put in 12-hour shifts at Temu.
Yeah, literally. That's the plot point of that movie. And I think they come from Detroit, too.
Yeah, they do, yeah.
She wants a better life for her and her son in
So
China.
they go to China.
So
Yeah.
they go to a place where you would have to learn fucking Chinese.
Not only
Yeah.
learn to read a new language, but also write a new language. Like everything's completely different. It's not even the same
Not
alphabet.
even closely
Yeah.
related to Spanish or anything.
Yeah, and your mom's working at the Temu factory
But on the bright side, he gets to learn karate from
from
Jackie
Jackie Chan. Who another favorite scene in that movie is when Jackie Chan just beats the shit out of like 6 13-year-old
Yeah.
boys like it's nothing.
Yeah.
He's like a man in his 50s just putting the smack down on a
Yeah.
bunch of tweens.
That scene was like when the video of fucking Gavin Newsom when he visited China and crossed up the little kid.
I haven't seen that.
You would love that, dude. He's playing basketball at like an elementary school and he crosses up a kid and then he falls
He
over.
puts the kid on skates.
and then he lands and crushes the kid. It's the funniest thing ever. Just that little Chinese kid being like, yeah, the governor of California
You
broke
fell
my
on-
ribs.
broke my ankles, then broke my ribs.
We should have that here. Why don't we have that? Why can't
a mini hoop.
the governor of like
Oh.
Hubei province come and like tour a local middle school or something here?
I was gonna say we should have a mini hoop in here.
No, we
That's
could.
what I thought you were talking about.
No.
I've been doing a joke lately about Kim Jong Un waking up one day and being black, and that would just be the best day of his life, and like he could finally win a basketball game without having to change the rules.
He wouldn't have to change his name either.
Kim Jong Un.
Kim is a black dude
Oh,
name.
Is it?
You've never heard of a black dude named Kim?
It's K
No.
apostrophe M.
Kim.
Yeah, Kim Jong Un.
Kim.
Yeah, do not tag me in this.
I will not.
The whole episode is just boo.
Yeah.
No, I come in with like the Drugs Inc. like face blur. It's doing the
That's how
vocal
we should
distort.
have you on the pod now.
That'd be I mean that might draw some good attention.
We
to
should
the pod.
because your first.
I'm
well,
not
one of
interesting
them.
enough to do that.
One of your first appearances, you had a ski mask. You just bring it back.
That's true.
Yeah, that was a good bit.
We'll get you a voice murmurer. Muffler.
No, you'll get me like the stoma thing.
The voice box that
Yeah.
you have to talk
I
through.
like a cigarette like
Yeah.
voice.
Yeah.
Thing.
Sing
My
along.
favorite part of this movie. I love Crazy Stupid Love.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah.
I did too.
As far as I typically do not like romantic comedies. One of the reasons
You
being
kept saying that coming in.
the morals.
You were like, oh, I don't love rom-coms.
Yeah,
oh, I don't
'cause-
love rom-coms. And then we watched it, and he's like, that was really good.
because they're just I don't know. They're just like the morals always suck. Like I'm thinking of the other one I watched recently, The Wedding Planner, about how like it's cool. You should totally just drop
yeah.
everything from your. Okay,
It's
well,
okay
actually,
to leave someone at the altar.
Yes, no, the lady.
Graduate?
The lady in it is
Jennifer
J-Lo?
Alo.
yeah, J-Lo.
Jennifer
And
Alo.
The whole thing is like she just steals her client's fiance from her.
Yeah.
And it's so shisty.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, so we're supposed to feel good about this? Like I know like she's the main character or whatever, but like you did just ruin a woman's life. But like in this movie, no one's life gets ruined.
Except for David Lindhagen.
Whose life gets ruined?
Well, for the duration of the movie,
Yeah,
Mr.
but it has
Steve.
a happy ending.
Okay, yeah.
I was joking. I'm like, bro, I bet you the ending of this movie is gonna be he gets with the babysitter.
Yeah, that'd be
They-
pretty
That'd
hot.
be sick.
He pulls a
Everybody's
Roman
sexy.
Polanski and
Yeah.
runs away to
Yeah.
France with her.
He
I
pulls a
would wanna
Woody
see,
Allen.
Like
Yeah.
That would be the ending of this movie if it was directed by Woody Allen.
And the babysitter would have been Asian.
Yeah.
I think you're really great with my kids.
Her name would have been Jessica Chu.
Jessica Chu. Yeah.
That would be funny. And honestly, that's like something that like a dude. Okay, think about this: a middle-aged dude who's like trying to get his groove back and get some. The chick he's gonna like first bang after his wife is gonna be the significantly younger foreign girl, because he just like has money.
Are you talking about Woody Allen?
Talking about Mr. Steve in this movie.
There's not a significantly younger foreign girl.
I know, but
if she were Chinese,
yeah.
That's one thing I will say. Not very diverse in this cast.
If she
am I
did
right?
smoke
You're right. It was
Changhwas.
a very not.
Yeah.
The only non-white person in the whole cast, I think, is Emma Stone's Asian friend.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Jessica Chu, the real Jessica Chu.
Is that
No.
okay?
They
What?
I want to say one, but I shouldn't.
they should have had. They could have called this Hitch and had Will Smith in it.
Is that a Will Smith movie?
Yeah.
It's just a Will Smith movie.
It's just the
a
same
rom-com.
movie except it's Kevin James can't get any pussy, and Will Smith is like a cool black guy who like helps white guys get pussy.
Okay, yeah. So
Yeah.
that is a genre.
Kevin
of
James
movie.
is a mall cop and
Yeah, Kevin James is a mall cop who rides on a Segway.
who can't get pussy, which is actually in
and
Paul
Will
Blart
Smith
too.
is a guy whose wife cheats on him.
Yeah. But then after he saves
Which
them
is
all
like-
from a group of terrorists
Yeah.
who are doing a terror attack on an empty wall.
Will Smith is a guy whose family has a podcast where they talk openly about sex and drugs and
That is funny that movie's like Die Hard. I should rewatch that.
Mall Cop.
Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
seeing it in theaters and thinking it fucking slapped
PBMs.
as a kid.
It's a good. The
See?
second one is Cheeks, but the first one's great.
Yeah, I never saw the second one. But
There's some good like 2000s references in that movie, like the slidey phones and the
Yeah.
arcade and all that shit. The Guitar Hero machine at the arcade. Y'all remember Guitar Hero machines at
I do.
arcades?
I played on one recently.
That's what caused the mall to get terrorized, is that he was too busy
He was playing
Guitar
Detroit
Hero.
Rock City.
Yeah.
He was playing a song about drinking and driving, which he ironically doesn't drink in that movie.
Yeah.
Except for then he does, and then he saves the day. Which I think is this. No, it's definitely the night after. I was gonna say then.
No, yeah, it's that because
the
he
night-
wakes up all hungover.
Yeah,
Yeah,
And he
It'd
has
be
a
so
back
funny
tattoo.
if like he
Yeah.
passes out at the Chili's or whatever at the mall, and
and then
they start
they
breaking
invade
in.
while he's drunk.
Yeah, while
passed
he's like
out at
fucking
the
hammered
Chili's.
off Chili's margaritas, and then he has to fend off the
That'd be a good
mall robbers.
That'd be a killer movie. That'd be great. It's like a Die Hard movie. Okay, never mind. The Workaholics Boys did it.
Oh yeah, Game Over, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they did it.
I mean, I feel like we've come up with like at least 4 like pretty decent plots like
Yeah.
in this ep alone.
Yeah.
We have a lot of good ideas from movies.
James Camron-fini.
James Camron-fini. What about Danny McBrown, guys?
Danny
Steve
McBrown. What else? That one that we were just talking about. Paul Blart. PBMC 3.
Instead of Paul Blart Mall Cop, it's Pabst Blue Mall Cop, and he's just hammered the entire time.
Blue Mall Cop. Yeah.
Starring what's his name from Blue Velvet?
Dennis Hopper.
Dennis Hopper.
Kyle MacLachlan.
Kyle MacLachlan.
Remember he's like Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Heineken. Fuck that
Yeah,
shit.
that's the best scene in the movie.
Yeah.
That's I think my favorite Lynch.
That's the scariest movie I've ever seen in my entire life.
Is it really?
No,
Oh, okay.
but I had to turn it off.
He did not like it the first time. I
You
showed
didn't
it.
like
I'm
it?
sure I could see it now.
What did you not like? You didn't
That's
like
a
that
s-
he was in the closet.
That's a scary
You were
moment.
like,
No, I wish I
In
was
the
Kyle
closet
MacLachlan.
watching a graphic rape unfold.
No, I don't
You
like.
wish you
I
were
don't like. I don't like graphic rape.
I wish I was Kyle MacLachlan, not in that movie, but like in real life.
Who?
He
What?
did-
What actor's career do you want?
Ooh, Kyle MacLachlan's not a bad one.
He did a Reddit AMA the other day, and I was reading through all his comments, and he seemed to be having a good time of it.
Yeah, he seems like a cool guy.
Yeah.
Because he did good movies and good TV.
Yeah.
Sex in the City, Twin
Yeah,
Peaks.
he was great in Sex and the City.
Yeah.
Kyle MacLachlan's great. He's one of my favorite Carrie boyfriends.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Not
She's
Mr.
not Carrie.
Big.
Boyfriend,
Or
she's Charlotte's
yeah.
wife.
He's one. I was just saying he's one of my favorite of the girls' boyfriends.
Yeah.
Is what like non-Carrie boyfriend. Yeah.
Have you seen Amadeus?
No, but
So
I'm aware
great.
of it.
So
Is he in that?
No, so it came out in 1984, and there's this minor character. She's like a housemaid who gets sent to Amadeus's house to like report back to his rival.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that girl looks so familiar. That girl looks so familiar. It's Cynthia Nixon when she's like 15.
Whoa.
She has like zits and stuff on her face. She's like a legit teenager in that
That's
movie. Like, that's
crazy.
insane. Yeah.
Wow. Shout out Cynthia Nixon. Shout out the whole cast of
Yeah,
Sex and
dude,
the City.
big shout out the whole
It's a great movie.
Yeah.
Great show.
Except-
Great
Except
movie.
for the
Control.
one who
Yeah.
that we don't like.
It's-
Why are we not shouting out Kim Cattrall?
Didn't
I
she
don't
do
know.
something? That's why she wasn't back in the new thing.
I don't think she did anything. I think they just didn't want her back on because she looks the best, and they didn't want her to take away from the other
that's definitely
three.
the
Fair.
reason. Yeah.
That's- Women are petty like that.
No,
I'm
they're
oh
doing
my
her
God.
Sex in this. Yeah,
I know.
Kim Cattrall. Yeah, she did something, or she has behavioral problems. And they
She's a
don't like her.
pillhead or something.
I don't know why. Yeah, which is unfortunate because she was good. She's good in Big Trouble in Little China.
Yeah.
In that,
She's good in Easy A.
she's an Easy A.
Is she an Easy A?
Or what? Oh, God, now I'm fucking. Who plays the teacher's wife that gets syphilis?
Oh, that was Lisa Kudrow.
Lucy Kudrow. I always confuse the two of them.
Okay.
They're two blondes who were
Yeah.
TV ladies from the 90s.
Yeah, that's fair.
Very easily confusable.
Yeah. Sex in the City's great. Though.
Sex
That's
and
a
the
good lady
City's
show.
awesome. It's not even a lady show. It's just a good show.
Yeah. I mean, it's a lady show.
It's a good show.
It's a good lady show.
It's a good show.
I only know that there's a guy named Mr. Big, and that he dies of a heart attack on a Peloton.
in the
He was a rapist. They had
Yeah.
Is he a rapist?
in real life.
yeah, he
yeah.
got canceled, so they had
So
to
they had to
kill
kill him
on the show,
yeah. That's what happens.
Give him a heart attack. Yes, and that's the second time in that show that someone has a significant other that dies while at the gym. It happens in the original series as well, I think.
Don't spoil it, because I'll have to finish that. Someday.
No, it's not very much of a spoiler. I think Miranda's seeing someone, and then they break up, and then like 2 weeks after they break up, he dies while lifting at the gym.
okay.
That's like part of the
That's how you
episode.
go.
And then in the reboot, Big dies on the Peloton. So
Okay.
they've just recycled that plot point. Carrie's my favorite Carrie boyfriend. Before we go, instead of doing final thoughts on the movie, I'm going to say my favorite Carrie boyfriend.
Let's hear it.
It's Jack Berger, who's the guy from Office Space.
Jack.
What does he do in that?
He's a writer who rides a motorcycle.
Okay, I liked the
pretty cool.
woodworking, the Aiden guy.
Aiden,
He
yeah.
was
Everyone loves
Everybody
Aiden.
loves him. Or, no, actually, my favorite is the one she dates for one episode who like owns an arcade or something
And
then-
smokes weed
and
and
then
pe-
his parents find them smoking weed.
And he pawns it off on Carrie and gets
Yeah.
Carrie kicked out.
Yes.
He's a cool
That was
guy.
a funny episode.
That's pretty cool.
That episode has a really good song in it called Hot Child in the City by Nikki Gilder. Check it out.
I guess I'll have to go with Kyle MacLachlan. I don't know.
Well, he dates her friend, but yeah,
Oh, okay.
we'll take
Which-
it.
Isn't Will Arnett? Was it Will Arnett in it?
Will Arnett.
Oh no, maybe he was in The Sopranos. Maybe that's what I was thinking of.
There are a lot of famous boyfriends in Sex and the City.
Yeah.
They fuck a lot.
I
of
guess
famous
Mr.
actors.
Big is my favorite then. Yeah.
There you go.
I like Sam Cedar. I think he dates
Sam Cedar dates
Miranda or Charlotte.
Charlotte for I think a very short period
Yeah.
of time. My favorite Charlotte boyfriend is the Jewish guy for sure. Who I don't think you've gotten to him.
Sam
Harry.
Cedar's a Jewish guy.
Harry. In
Harry.
real life, Sam Cedar's a Jewish guy.
Yeah.
Okay,
Why is he
final
called
thought.
Harry?
He's actually bald. His name's Harry and he's bald.
Harry Baldwin.
Yeah.
Harry
Harry
Baldwin.
Baldwin.
That's the worst Jewish name.
Harry Goldhead because it's shiny.
God, bro.
Harry Clipped Head because the tip of his dick.
All right, that's a good one. That's a good one. All right, what do we think of the movie?
I liked it a lot. I think my favorite movie so far from DTF was 500 Days of Summer, but this is a close second. I think it was better than John Tucker Must Die, and I like Mr. Steve's character a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was bringing it.
Is this the last one?
If we're going to do a Riley's pick for the fourth week, then yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I thought Steve Carell killed it.
Yeah.
Like I said, not typically the biggest fan of rom-coms, but it has a happy ending. I mean, I don't know if it's confirmed that he gets back with his wife.
Yeah,
it's
I always want to
implied.
see what happens after the rom-com, you know?
Yeah.
Also, the final shot of this movie was insane. It's just Jonah Bobo the kid, and it's just his face.
Oh, yeah, and he gets
It's
a nude.
Yeah.
He gets a printed nude.
Yeah, it's a close-up of his face.
Oh, yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, again, weird. Didn't age well. Don't
Yeah,
do that,
he gets
ladies.
a printed nude.
If you're a 17-year-old girl, do not be giving nude pictures.
Yeah,
of
he's
To
yourself.
13-year-old
Yeah.
boys.
He's like a 30-year-old man. He still has his photo of a 17-year-old girl
yeah.
just in his dresser.
Not going to age well.
Yeah.
But yeah, great movie. Definitely one of the better rom-coms I have seen because
Yeah.
I liked it. And yeah, Steve was cooking. He's
Steve
very
cooking.
good at playing the awkward sad guy.
Yeah.
And then Michael Scott.
Yeah.
He's Michael Scott and awkward sad guy.
And Jonah Bobo's dad.
And Jonah Bobo's dad.
Yeah. I saw his other one he was in called Date Night with him and Tina Fey.
That's kind of a newer one, I think.
It's
No?
around the same time as this
Okay.
one, but it's similar thing, rough marriage, but then they go out on a date night and then they end up getting enthralled in a Ray Liotta plot. So, it was a fun one, I think. I don't remember.
Yeah, you're right. Mr. Steve is good at playing awkward guy.
Yeah.
Like 40-year-old virgin.
Like Donald Rumsfeld.
Yeah, that's the thing is, Mr. Steve can crush it, but
Yeah.
Steve.
for better
Mr.
or
Steve,
for
we've been
worse,
calling him that all episode.
for better or for worse, The Office kind of that's what he's going to be remembered for. That's what when people see him, that's
Yeah.
what they think. But don't. Yeah, I'm sure he's happy that he knows he can do serious stuff and be Mr. Michael.
Still be
Scott.
Mr. Steve.
Yeah.
Mr. Scott.
Still Scott.
Yeah. I love this. This is one of my favorite movies. I
you
wanted
seen it
to be.
before?
Yeah,
he said
I
it was
saw it
one
when
of
I
his
was
favorites
a
when he was a
kid.
kid.
I wanted to be Ryan Gosling so bad when I saw this movie. I was like, he's so fucking cool. I want to get as much pussy as he does, and I want to wear suits like he does, and I want to fuck Emma Stone like he does. But I don't think they fuck in the movie, do they?
No, they
probably
don't.
do at some point.
They
Maybe it's
don't.
implied. That is funny.
But
Everybody
not in
saw,
the scene, no.
Everybody saw Drive, which came out the same year as this, interestingly, and was like, "That's literally me." And then you saw this, and you're like,
I was like,
"That's
oh,
literally me."
that's so
You
fucking cool.
took- yeah.
The guy just goes to the mall in a suit and eats pizza on a hot summer day. That's my dream.
Oh, it was so funny. So, sorry, before we
Yeah,
go.
no, you're good.
Right when he walks up to Mr. Steve walks up to him at the mall, he's eating that shitty piece of pizza, and I looked at Gunnar and I said, that is the shittiest piece of pizza. I bet it's Sbarro.
It's Sbarro.
30 seconds later, Ryan Gosling goes, want some Sbarro?
Yeah.
I was like, dude, come on.
Yeah. I mean, was this movie in California?
Yeah, the
I think it's
mall-
implied,
the mall
yeah.
that they were at looked very. There were palm trees around too.
Yeah.
He should have said, "You want some CPK?"
I think, isn't that where Emma Stone and them were for that work thing?
Yeah, they were at a Mexican restaurant.
Oh, yeah. I thought
Yeah.
it was I don't know why I thought it was a CPK. Maybe I was just craving CPK.
Probably wanted some CPK.
I was just like, damn, it looks like a CPK,
Yeah.
and no, I want
Now I'm
CPK.
thinking about Sbarro.
You want Sbarro?
I don't want one. I'm just thinking. When was the last time you saw Sbarro that was its own thing that wasn't in an airport or at one
Never.
of those big Ohio rest stop things? I don't think they exist.
New York.
They're on their own.
Yeah,
Yeah.
There's
Okay.
a big one. There's a famous one in New York.
Yeah, and I was there probably 2 years ago.
Yeah,
I'm
but-
Midwestern
There's also
ass.
one at Somerset Mall.
A Sbarro.
Is it still
It's in
there?
the food court.
Yeah,
That's
it's
what
not
I'm
a
saying,
standalone. Okay, yeah. The last time I saw Standalone Sbarro was New York.
Yeah.
Is it still there?
And there was a giant rat working the cash
Chick-fil-A.
register. There's
Yeah.
a Master Splinter type character working the cash register.
In New York, yeah. Nice.
Yeah, I gave up pizza for Lent, so you're not going to see it near
Ah.
me.
There you go.
Oh, there
Yeah.
you. What did you give up for Lent, Gunner?
What'd you give up for
I
Lent?
gave up dairy or cheese. Dairy.
Okay.
Yeah.
What'd you give up for Lent, Riley?
Beating it.
Nice.
Yeah.
And
I think that's kind of a
and
standard.
McDonald's.
McDonald's, really?
Yeah, I'm a McDonald's head.
Okay,
I
nice.
love it.
I like how you said beating it before McDonald's.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, I mean, one of them I imagine happens more often than the other.
if one happened as often as the other, I'd be the whale. I'd be Brendan Fraser's the whale. If I ate McDonald's as much as I jacked off, I'd be the whale.
I mean, he does both because he. Did you guys see
He's
the whale?
constantly jacking off in that movie
At the
too.
beginning of the
yes.
movie, he has a heart attack while jacking off the gay porn.
He's like constantly jerking off in that movie because he can't. He's like so fat he can't fuck anybody, so he's just constantly beating it to gay porn, like
Yeah.
just slowly dying
He's
of
like
a heart
Tim
attack.
Dillon. He's like a big fat
Yeah,
gay
he's
guy
Tim
in that
Dillon.
But Tim
movie.
Dillon can fuck. Tim Dillon's not so disgusting that he
Yeah.
can't fuck. It's implied that in The Whale, Brendan Fraser is so disgusting that he can't fuck.
Yeah, Tim
he
Dillon
can't
also
fuck.
is
And
rich.
this little boy keeps coming to his house, and he's trying to get this little boy to come make him come. This little Christian boy keeps coming to his house.
And
I'm like,
the movie is actually about the little boy and the little boy's the whale because he wears a thong and it whale tails.
Yeah.
Could have just said twink. It didn't have to be a child
yeah.
thing.
The little boy's name's Captain Nemo. And he's like, hey, come catch this big white whale, Captain
Yeah.
Nemo.
Ahab.
He whale
Ahab,
tails
that's
his
it.
thong.
Who's Nemo?
Nemo is 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea.
Oh, okay.
Ahab is movie.
Nemo is also finding Nemo.
Yeah, that's true.
I can't believe there wasn't an Ahab in Finding Nemo. That should have been the cool, like, grizzled, scarred
Yeah.
fish that Willem Dafoe.
Oh,
Willem Dafoe,
yeah.
That should have. I didn't even know that until like 2 weeks ago.
That was Willem Dafoe?
No, I
Yeah.
had no idea.
Yeah. Did you also know that that's not his real name?
Yes, I think
Okay.
you told me that. I was
Yeah.
crushed. I'm like,
Well,
oh,
because
wait.
when I learned that, I was crushed.
Yeah.
And
Did
you
I
said,
tell you that?
No,
I
I
told
heard it
someone
from
that
somebody
recently.
else.
Okay.
But so you and I had a podcast a few weeks ago where you said, I think we should have a segment on the pod where we tell Riley something that crushes him about one of his favorite celebrities. So this is your turn for that
Yeah.
segment. And yes, his name is William Dafoe.
William Dafoe. He
Yeah, he
became a pretentious actor and he changed it to Willem.
Yeah.
He did Bill de Blasio, where he wanted to sound more Ash.
Billy DeB.
Billy
That's
D.
crazy. The former mayor of New York, his name was not Bill de Blasio. It was like Bill Krauthammer. It was like something German. And he's like,
Yeah.
well, I'm running for mayor of New York. I better change
Sound
it to
Italian.
something Italian. He named himself fucking Bill de Blasio.
Someone told me something about him recently. Was that on this pod? Did you tell me something about him?
No, I don't believe so. I don't.
Bill
I'm not a
de
big
Blasio.
politics guy. Bill
It
de
wasn't about politics though. It
Bill
was,
de Clownerini Owney.
what?
Bill de Jokerini Clowney.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah.
No, there was something that I found really interesting that someone told me about him recently. Fuck. Or
That
maybe
he's actually German, because that is pretty interesting. I find that pretty interesting.
no, it was something, some like conspiracy thing or something.
You know where my
This is a
mind
really good
goes when you
podcast.
say conspiracy theory about a man.
Andy Milonakis.
He's gay.
Oh, okay.
Andy Milonakis.
Also gay.
Is
I
it
don't
illegal to have
remember what it
sex
was.
with Andy Milonakis because he looks like a kid?
I don't know.
Maybe not illegal.
That's what we should do on the
morally
first
incorrect.
episodes of our OnlyFans podcast is try and get an OnlyFans model to sleep with Andy Milonakis.
Yeah, that'd be pretty.
Well, because they have that baby alien guy now. You know what I'm talking
Guy?
He's like that little like,
He's like Middle Eastern.
he's like that Middle Eastern guy with progeria face who fucks.
They,
Oh yeah, what's
they have
his,
like the
Big
strippers
Nick?
hang
His
around
name's
him.
Baby Alien.
Oh okay. Who's Big Nick?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Big Nick might be the little black midget with dreads that has a giant pipe. Have you seen him?
No.
Do you know who?
There's a little black midget who's in pornos now who is basically a third leg. It's insane.
Good for him.
And so him and Baby Alien did a scene together where they're like two little dudes fucking a girl.
Sounds so depraved.
I haven't seen it. I've heard. This is all from listening to
Oh,
another
I sure
podcast
hope
where they
so.
talk about it. And allegedly, this little black midget with a third leg is just piping the shit out of this girl, and Baby Alien is just sitting there with his progeria face, can't get it up, and it's
Poor
apparently
guy.
like really embarrassing for him.
Yeah, I don't know if he should be even having sex. He's like a pretty serious like deformity.
I think everybody should be allowed to have sex if they want, man.
Yeah.
I guess, but I'm saying it might not be like good medically.
I don't think you should be allowed to reproduce. No.
Was it you guys I told about the Mia Khalifa thing where she like had sex with a fan? Like someone like won a contest to like lose his virginity to Mia Khalifa?
No.
What happened?
Was it you?
Yeah, it was me.
Was it you?
I won a contest where I got to have sex with Mia Khalifa. No, it was just some guy. Like he said he was saving himself,
Yeah.
but then and that Mia Khalifa was his favorite porn star. Won a contest and got to have sex with her, and it's like the worst thing like I've ever watched.
There's a video of
there's
it.
a video of
Okay.
it, and it's just really sad. Just like a
That's
chubby guy just laying on a bed with like a soft cock, and she's like messing around with it.
Oh, that's so sad.
It's a tough watch.
You guys are telling me about some depraved, messed up porn. I'm gonna,
Yeah,
It's Lent, boys.
yeah. It's Lent. Yeah, you gotta.
What's she up to? She's a sports influencer yet?
I think so. She's doing. I don't know.
She works for like
She's
DraftKings or something.
Yeah, fucking.
Oh, I think she got in trouble over some Israel-Palestine thing.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, she's fucking baby alien.
All right.
All right. Well,
Maybe they're both from Lebanon. Maybe aliens from there too. Good app.
yeah, this is a pretty good app.
Good place
This is
to
a
end
crazy.
it.
Speaking of crazy, stupid love. This was a crazy app.
This was a crazy episode.
Yeah.
Thanks
All
for
right.
coming, G.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
been a
good to be
while
back.
since
Yeah.
it's
To
been
be
a
here
minute.
in the new stew.
The triumphant
In the
return.
new stew.
You guys got next month planned?
Isn't it
Mid
Michigan?
March.
March. Yeah.
Oh, word. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
So we'll do Gross Point Blank.
And 8 Mile
Okay.
and Real Steel.
Real
Okay.
Steel, sure. The opening scene of Batman versus Superman.
That takes place in Detroit.
Well, it takes place in Gotham.
RoboCop.
But it's in. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, we'll do
Yeah,
RoboCop.
there you
Okay.
go.
Yeah.
There we go. There's your Mid March preview.
Yep. Look at that. We'll see you then. Big peace.
Big piece.